All right, so class is going to start a little bit different today. We're going to start standing, okay? And again, little review. My name is Bree. This is an all levels vinyasa. So get up, get on those feet. If you need a prop or if you would like a prop, a block is great. Great prop to have. You can always use, you guys have probably noticed, I always have a Hydro Flask. A nice big 32-ounce one. It works almost as good as a block. Not quite, but still pretty good, especially for balancing stuff like we're doing today. So find yourself at the top of the mat and make your feet hip distance apart. Get really clear with your foundation, your alignment, and the base of your feet. See that your second and third toe is lining up with about the middle of the ankle and the middle of the kneecap. Release your arms by your sides. Close your eyes if that feels safe for you. And start to deepen your breath. As you breathe in, you can imagine that that breath is going all the way down, deep through the belly, through the legs, all the way into the feet and through to the earth. And as you breathe out, that breath can be coming up and out through the crown. So you feel your body working to expand in both directions. Stay strong and engaged through your legs. Let each breath become deeper and deeper until you feel that it's a sustainable depth to make your breath even. We'll start by opening up with earth sky pranayama. Press your feet into the earth and inhale, circle sweep, reach your arms high. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. And you can move at your own pace here. I'll still guide it, but it doesn't have to necessarily be with me. The inhale brings you up, and the exhale takes you down. As you reach your arms towards the ceiling, feel your firm connection to the earth, to the material worlds. As you exhale, release your arms towards the earth. Keep extending the crown all the way up to the sky, to the absolute, to the great beyond. Inhale, reach your arms high. Press your feet into the remembrance of the earth. Exhale, release your arms towards the sky. Keep the wonder reaching towards the crown. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. So you have this balance of both staying connected to the earth with your feet and the crown to the sky. Keep moving with your breath. And next time your arms make it all the way up, pause. Vrksasana, upward salute. Stay strong and engaged through your core. Grab your right wrist, take an inhale. Exhale, side bend up and over towards the left. Tug on your wrist. Now start to round a little bit. Wrap your right shoulder down for a little bit of a lat stretch. Press down and out through your legs. Inhale, come back through center. Switch your clasp and take your side bend over the other way. And again, a little bit of a rounding. So bring that left shoulder forward into space. Press down and out through the legs. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, bring your arms to a cactus. And when you come to this cactus, pull your shoulders back. Bring the tops of the ears back. Send your elbow tips forward a little bit. Lean back, standing back bend. Engage to those glutes. Inhale, pull navel to spine, lift through the back side of your waist. Exhale, twist. Reach your left arm back and your right arm forward. Rotation of the spine. Inhale, circle your hand down, come back through center. Exhale, twist, bring your right arm back and your left arm forward. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale again, cactus, open up. Inhale, pull navel to spine, lift through the back side of your waist. Exhale, chair pose. I like to go a little closer together with my feet. Maybe just try it and see how it feels for you. If it feels too tight, then widen it up. Bring your hips back into space. Keep those arms lifted. We're getting strength in the shoulders here. Pull the belly up and away from the pelvic bowl. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink your hips down. 2 more like that. Breath in. Exhale, let your hips sink down. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, sink down. Begin to hinge at your hips, forward fold. Interlace your hands behind your back. Now lift your shoulders up and away from your ears and drop your hands over your back body. Shake the head out, yes. Shake the head out, no. Breathe. Release your arms to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Take all the rounding out of your spine. So the tighter you are in the back of your legs, the more you have to work here. Maybe hands come to shins, and maybe there's a little bend in your knees. Send the tops of your thigh bones back into space. Exhale, fold. 1 more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Hold it. Pull the belly in as you pull your thighs back. Exhale, folds. Press down and out through the power of your legs. Inhale, circle sweep. Reach your arms high. And exhale, palms to heart. Half sun salutation. Move with your breath. Your breath is your innermost guide in the practice of yoga. Inhale, reach your arms high, Vrksasana. Exhale, hinge your hips back, soft bend in the knees, long spine, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle sweep. Reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart. 2 more rounds, really saluting to the sun. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into the earth. Inhale, circle sweep. Reach all the way up. And exhale, palms, bring it back home to heart center. Last time, inhale, reach up. Upward salute. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Baddha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, circle sweep, reach high. And join your palms at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Release your arms by your sides. Now, let's just take a moment to feel our feet. We stand all the time, right, throughout life, but we don't really think about how we're feeling our feet. So bring your weight over to your left foot and just lift your leg, your opposite leg off the ground. Not really a specific yoga pose. You can bend your knee a little. Bring your weight now. See if you can come up onto the toes or the ball of the left toe foot. And if you fall like I just did, no worries. We're just trying to feel what it feels like to be on the ball. Maybe you rock your weight back onto the heel, to the right side of the foot, to the left side of the foot. You're still on that same left foot, and ground the opposite foot. Spread through your toes. Bring your weight to the other foot. Again, just kind of feel yourself rock to the front, to the back, to the side, getting integrated with our connection to the earth. And maybe we try to, again, come on to just the ball of the foot and feel what it feels like. Maybe you get really strong through the arch and do a few lifts, trying to stay up on your toes. Take 2 more breaths, just exploring this right foot. Maybe rocking the weight back to the heel. And connect both feet back on the earth. Tadasana, mountain pose. Transfer your weight to your left foot. Bring your right foot to a tree pose. So you can bring foot to kickstand, foot to calf, or grabbing your foot and bringing it all the way up to the inner thigh. Activate through that left glute, so pull it in towards the midline. From the pelvis, stretch down and out through your standing leg and long through your spine. Maybe your hands come to a prayer at heart center. Find your breath. Option to stretch your arms high to the sky like tree branches. And as we work to find balance today, maybe remember that balance is not a fixed state. Balance is always changing because what brings us into balance changes day to day. We are not the same as we were yesterday, and we definitely won't be the exact same feeling tomorrow. So finding balance really comes from rooting your awareness inward and taking note, feeling for what needs to shift in order to bring the body into greater balance. Take one more breath here. Now, release your foot from your thigh. Straighten your leg close to your hip, slow and controlled. Release your right foot all the way down to meet the left. Release your arms, Tadasana. Second side, spread through your right toes. Bring the left foot to whatever version of tree pose, Vrksasana, you'd like. And so if you bring your foot all the way up into this kind of full expression of tree pose, if that's what you're doing today, bringing the foot to at least the middle or the back side of the thigh sometimes can facilitate a greater opening through that left hip. And so you can choose there. Do what you would like with your arms and come back to your breath. From the core, engage. From the pelvis, stretch down and out through your standing leg into the four corners of your feet. Your four corners, your big toe mound, the inner edge of the heel, the pinky toe mound, and the outer edge of the heel. Keep working your breath. Stretch the breath all the way to the back body. Maybe you straighten out through those elbows. And just notice how you feel. Do you feel stable yet free? Yoga is a balance of both stability and freedom. In each and every posture, we work to heal the body, to integrate the postures, and to transform. Take one more cycle of breath here. On your exhale, release the foot. Find a straight leg, square your leg, your hip, and ground your left foot to meet the right. Standing pose. All right. If you're not at the front of the mat, make sure to walk your way there. Inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold all the way down. Inhale and halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, step your left knee back, lower your left knee down, and rise up, Anjaneyasana. In your low lunge, let your left hip be in front of the left knee, so you have a little density there. Have a slight tug of the right heel pulling back and the left knee tugging forward. Notice where the breath is moving in your lungs. Can you breathe more breath into the sides and the back body? Good. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, open your arms. Bring your right arm back, left arm forward, twist. Now stay here or ground your left hand on the mat and reach your right arm high for a twist in low lunge. Inhale, come back up through your standing twist. Bring your left hand to the outside edge, or your left elbow, mind you, to the outside edge of your right thigh. Maybe you bring your right hand to touch and you have your hands at a prayer, twisting towards the right. You can also use Hakini Mudra. Inhale, unwinds, come back through center, reach your arms up. Now bring your hands down. You couldn't grab a block if you'd like. Hinge your hips back to a half split. Point your right toe straight up. And so I'm placing this block on the inside edge of my front foot. Spread through your toes really nice and wide and point your toes straight up towards the ceiling. An active foot helps create active engagement through the rest of the leg. Now, keep sending your hips way back into space, especially that right hip. Think the head of the right femur bone is going farther back into the socket, allowing you to hinge deeper. Breathe. Begin to bend into your front knee. Pivot your back shin in. So now you're in a kneeling warrior two. Release your hands from the block. You can move it off to the side. And bring your arms to this kneeling warrior two. I like to have a lot of depth in kneeling warrior two. So if you'd like, make your stance a little bit longer so that your front thigh is starting to open just a little bit here. Gaze over your middle finger. Inhale, flip your palm, reach forward, and reverse. So you can take this reverse, bring your hand behind the back hip, maybe down the back thigh, or maybe you ground your left hand fingertips on the earth and keep reaching the right arm way back. From the pelvis, press down and out through the power of your legs. Inhale, come back through kneeling warrior two. Bring your elbow to your thigh. Reach your upper arm way in line with your ear. Modified side angle. You could use your right hand and grab for either the ankle or just bring your right hand down to the earth. You'll notice that it feels a little easier to ground your hand on the earth in this version of side angle, so maybe try it out. Keep working to wrap your right torso underneath your left. Pull your right shoulder back into space. And from the left hip, stretch down and out through that left leg and long through your left side body. Press down and out through the power of your legs. Rise back up to your kneeling warrior two. Turn your front heel out, your right heel out. Bring the right arm down the right leg. Reach your left arm way in line with your ear. Side plank variation. We're in a gate pose. Inhale, come back through center. Ground your left hand. Reach your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Grab for your foot thigh stretch. Pull that left shoulder way back. And I am going through some wrist stuff. So my fingertips are on the mat with my left hand, but you can also do your fist if you want to get off of your wrists. Otherwise, spread wide through your fingers. Breathe. Release your foot. Start to kind of tilt yourself up. Maybe find a moment of balancing on your left knee. Ground your right foot. Now, pivot your right toes forward back to your kneeling warrior two. Bring both hands down to the inside edge of your front foot, and as you do that, your back shin is going to pull in, so you're back to a low lunge. Lift off of your back knee and straighten out through your right leg any amount. Breathe. Pull your right hip back as you wrap your left hip forward. Engage to the right side of your belly. Hands can be framing your front leg. Hands can be on blocks, or you can have a block just on the inside edge of the right foot. Breathe. Bend into your front knee. Give yourself a little step up, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, circle sweep. Reach all the way high to the sky. Exhale, palms meet back at heart center, Anjali Mudra. In the name of balance, transfer your weight over towards your right foot. Pull the left knee in. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Sink your hips low. Think hips go down and back. Engage to the core and let your chest come forward, but still have a little upright length in the chest. And breathe. Press down and out through your standing leg. Pull your knee in towards your chest. Find stability just like we did earlier. Straighten your leg. Slow and controlled, ground your left foot next to the right. Second side, pull your opposite knee in, cross the ankle over the knee and send those hips way back into space. Breathe. Flex your left toes, or your right toes, your right toes back towards your ankle. That's going to create a nice strong outer edge of your shin. And as you sit low into this chair, you're also bending into your standing knee quite a lot to get depth here. So don't be afraid to really sink those hips low. One more breath. Stand down and out through your standing leg. Inhale, pull your opposite knee in. Straighten through the left knee. Make the foot active. Maybe point through the toes, or the right knee, my bad. And ground your right foot next to the left. All right, second side of the flow. Back to the front of the mat if you moved. Inhale, reach our high. Exhale, long spine. Hinge at your hips, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Step the right leg back. Lower your right knee down into the earth and rise your way up into a low lunge. Take a little extra time in your low lunge. Notice your breath. Breathe and feel the whole of the lungs expand three-dimensionally. So breathing into the sides and the back of the body as well as the front. Begin to exhale, twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Stay here if this feels like pretty good, or you can tilt, ground your right arm on the earth. Keep reaching your left arm high to the sky. Press down and out through the legs, come back through your twist. Stay here, or prayer twist, hook the right elbow outside of the left knee. Bring your hands to, you'll see I use Hakini Mudra. Again, having my hand in a flat position doesn't feel great with my wrist. So Hakini is yet a modification, but also a big strengthener. So I'm gonna have everyone try it out. A little bend in the knuckle joints. It'll give you strength and a little bit more length in your twist. Breathe more into your right lung. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Start to rise up, unwind. Now we'll come to that kneeling warrior two. So bring your back shin in until your back shin is about parallel to the short edge of the mat. And find depth, let your hips sink down until your left knee is stacked above the ankle. Maybe you kind of scrunch your left toes forward if you'd like more length. Breathe, stay strong and engaged through your legs. Widen your front knee towards your front pinky toe. Gaze over your left middle finger. Inhale, flip your palm in reverse. Again, maybe you just bring your hand to your sacrum for reverse warrior. Maybe hand to the thigh. Maybe your right hand comes all the way to the earth. Lean it back. Press down and out through the legs. Come back through center. Take it to a side angle. Elbow will come to the inner edge. Actually, straighten your arm down and ground your left hand or fist. Bring your upper arm away in line with your ear. Now, bring the focus to that left arm. Press your left arm into the left knee and your left knee shin into the arm. So you're hugging the midline there. Extend your top arm way in line with your ear. Breathe. Press down and out through the power of your legs. Inhale back to warrior two on the knees. Pivot your left heel out. Bring your left arm down your left leg. Reach your right arm way in line with your ear. Press down and out through the legs. Come all the way up through gate pose. Ground your right hand now. Reach your left leg up. Pull your right shoulder back. You can also be on fingertips. Bend the knee, the top knee, and grab for your foot A little stretch through the front of the thighs. Breathe. Begin to release your foot. Maybe you take a moment of float time just on that right knee as you come up. Ground your left toes. Bring both arms forward. Spin your back shin in. Oh, and we forgot, now we're in a half split. We forgot the half split on the other side. So here we have that chance, half split. Point your left toe straight towards the sky. Pull your left hip back as you wrap your right hip forward. And again, come onto a block if needed. Think about sending your left sit bone further back into space here. Now bend into your front knee. One more hamstring stretch, but take it out first. So you bend into the front knee, give the hamstring a break. Lift off your back knee and straighten out through your left leg one more time. Pull your left hip back as you wrap your right hip forward. From the pelvis, stretch out long through the legs into the earth. Check in with the quality of your breath. Work to breathe a little deeper and a little more full. Bend into your front knee. Step your way up, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen through the sides of your waist. Exhale, folds. Press into the feet. Inhale, circle sweep. Reach your arms all the way high to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink your hips low to a chair pose. Now transfer your weight over towards your right foot. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. You can pause here and bring the right hand to the outside edge of the left knee, or you can straighten out through your left leg and bring your right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Take a breath in. And exhale, twist. Bring your left arm back and your right arm forward. Gaze over your left thumb. And again, if holding the foot makes you hunch by any means, just back off. Backing off and having a nice long spine is really our main focus in all practices of yoga, is really the health of the spine. Inhale and start to release that right hand from the left foot. Bring yourself back through center. Slow and controlled, lower your left foot next to the right. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, sink your hips low, chair. Spread through your left toes, pull the right knee in. Left hand comes to the outside edge of the right knee or the right foot. Find the polarities of length. Stretch down and out through the left leg and lengthen long through the spine, through the right side of your waist. Send your right arm back into space. Slowly shift your gaze, if you haven't, towards that back right hand. Look beyond your right thumb. From the right hip, stretch out long through your right leg into the hand if you have your foot on your hand. Now release your left hand. Try to see if you can not move your left leg at all if it's bent. Come back through center and slow and controlled, release your right foot next to the left. Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, we're almost there. We're done. We're almost there. We're here. We're there, but we're going to move through a few more balancing postures. So this is where your block is going to come in handy. So if you have 2 blocks, I will also give you guidance for that, but you don't need to. If you have 2, great. Place your blocks in front of you, maybe about, 6 to 8 inches. So you're landing back in Tadasana. Transfer your weight to your right foot. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. Find some balance. Now straighten out through your left leg like we've been working on. Start to hinge at your hips. Bring that leg back and bring your trunk forward. You can have your hands on your hips if you would like. Try to bring your trunk until it's about horizontal to the earth, and then use your hands to grab for your blocks if you would like. This might give you a little bit more stability. Practice wrapping your left hip down. So we're working for the strength in the legs. You can keep your hands on the blocks or on a water bottle the whole time. I'll give different variations. Stay here, take 3 toe taps. Breath in. Exhale, tap your left toe to the mat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach, and exhale, tap. Reach it up. Now stay or bend your right knee a little bit. Bring your hands to kind of brace on your right thigh. So now you're balancing. Keep that core nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale. My left toes are pointing and tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach, breathe into that back body, and exhale, tap. Last variation here, maybe hands are at a prayer. You can keep the leg bent or straight, and 3 more taps. Left toe down, tap. Left toe down, tap. Left toe down, tap, and rewind. Pull that left leg all the way up. Bonus points if you straighten it all the way long, and slow and controlled, lower your left leg next to the right. Woo-wee, all right. So if you're feeling a little crampy in the feet, I was, so I did a little bit of rocking and coming up onto the toes. We only got 1 more of those to do. Transfer your weight to the left foot. Pull that right knee in, find your balance. Straighten out through your right leg and start to swing that right leg back nice and controlled. And we'll go step by step. It might be a little faster this time. Hands at a block. Stay strong through that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, tap the right toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, tap. Bend your left knee a little bit. Now, option to bring the hands to brace on the thigh. And tap. Tap. Lift. Tap, lift. Last variation, hands at a prayer. Hold on here and tap, lift, tap, lift. Keep your hips square. You're lifting from the inner thigh. 1 more, tap and lift. Bonus points if you keep that leg straight. Come all the way back up. Reach your leg like you're kicking the wall in front of you. And slow and controlled, release your foot next to the left. Wiggle it out a little bit if the legs are feeling tight. That was rough. And take a moment to just breathe now. Find your stillness. Come back to that deep inhale and long exhale. And just notice how you feel since you've been moving and breathing. Postures have been a little longer today. How does this practice make you feel? Some things to ask yourself as a student on the mat throughout class is, how do I like this sequence? What poses do I like or not like, and why? Blink your eyes open if they were closed. All right, 2 more rounds. So now we're moving for ardha chandrasana, half moon pose. So hinge those hips back. Grab your blocks if you have 2, or if you only have 1, let's say we'll start with the right foot. So bring your right block over to the right. You don't actually need the other block, only 1 block for this one. Reach your left leg up and open your hip. That right arm and the block are like an extension of each other. So the block should be stacked just below your left shoulder. Stack your hips. Maybe you bring your left hand towards your hip in half moon. You can bend your right knee as much as you'd like. Your left foot, your left toes should be pulling towards your ankle. Just like I said at the beginning, we want a really strong foot. You could point your toes, but a flex is going to be a little better. From the pelvis, expand out long through the bones of your legs, through your left heel. Maybe you reach your left arm high to the sky. Stay strong through the core. Core really does help you balance. And then maybe you release your right arm to a little bit of a float. From the collarbones, expand out long through the arms and come all the way back up. Close your hips. Tadasana, take 3 breaths. Come back to feeling your feet connect onto the earth. Feel the warmth and the strength in your legs. All right, second side. Coming in through a more controlled state. Hinge your hips back. Left hand to left block. And I don't know if I said this on the other side, so I'm just going to reiterate. Your block is not in front of your left foot, but rather it's about a few inches over and about a foot or a little less in front of your left foot. Now reach your right leg up, open your hips, and stack your hips. I just moved my block wider to the left because it's easier to balance, just like we want our feet hip distance apart. Your block is now another foot or another point of balance. From the pelvis, expand out long through your legs. To stack the hips, keep scooping or engaging through that left glute. And breathe. And breathe more breath into the whole of the lungs. Maybe you reach your right arm high to the sky. Okay, so options here. If you did so on the other side, maybe you release your left hand from the block. Keep your gaze at one fixed point for now. Breathe. And slowly rewind. Land back in mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, we are here. We're ready for our peak pose. Transfer your weight to the right foot. Find tree pose with the left foot on the inner edge of the thigh. Bring your hands to a prayer. Here we go. From tree pose, release that left foot. Send your left leg back. Reach your right arm towards the block or towards the earth. Left arm high. Pulse it back in tree pose. Meet the foot wherever it lands on the inner thigh. Hands to a prayer. Send your hips back. Half moon, ardha chandrasana. And come all the way up. Keep the hip open, Vrksasana, tree pose. Last one like that. Send the hips back, straighten out through that left leg. And come all the way back through Vrksasana, tree pose. Release, Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm so glad you guys are still with me. Second side. Bring your weight to the left foot. And bring your right foot to the inner edge of your thigh. Hands to a prayer. Keep pressing down and out through the standing leg. Don't forget those 4 corners of your foot. That's your balance, your stability. Start to send your hips back. Release the right leg from the inner thigh. Half moon. Maybe you stretch your left arm down and the right arm out. And then you kind of pulse it back in. Find contraction. Bring the palms to heart center. Inhale, stretch it out. Every expansion holds a contraction, pull it back in, tree pose. One more, stretch it way out, long, ardha, chandrasana, half moon pose. And bring it all the way back in, enjoy the wobbles, Vrksasana. Land back in mountain pose. From mountain, make your feet about hip distance apart. Stretch your arms forward, lower it all the way down through chair until those hips ground on the mat. Ground your feet, slow and controlled. Wake up that core and lower down vertebra by vertebra. So kind of like a boat pose, but our feet aren't lifted. For 3, 2, 1. Release your shoulder blades down. Pull your knees in, give yourself a squeeze. in a moment of just gratitude, acknowledging yourself for making it through that flow. It was not easy. It wasn't even easy for me. And I do a lot of yoga. And pause. Pull your knees way and wide towards your armpits. Little happy baby. Now, if you want further happy baby, you can grab for the outside edges of your feet. Make your shins perpendicular to the earth. Pull your feet down as you kick your feet up into your hand. Find your breath. And bring your legs all the way back in. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take an inhale. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Check in, see if there's anything else you want to fit into your practice today to help you cool down. And if you feel ready, stretch your legs all the way out long. Your arms by your sides for a savasana shape. Let go of any breath in the lungs, HA. Full breath in. Big open mouth, HA. Take the next few moments to really rest. And allow yourself to assimilate your practice here on your mat today. Savasana.